welcome back to Easy Cooking with Linda B. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, and I want to make something special. I am going to make a chocolate fruit basket cake. This is what it looks like, and I'm hoping to attempt to get it to look like this. Now, this recipe comes from Taste of Home, and it's just so beautiful. I really want to try it. So I'm going to show you what you need to prepare this. It's super simple, and I'll show you how to put it all together. So what you need to make this cake are the following. This is just a regular chocolate cake. So I've already prepared it. And now what you'll need for the frosting, super simple. That's what I said. I'm going to put coffee flavor in the middle, and I'm going to frost the outside with milk chocolate. And then on top of that, you're going to need strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. And then there's going to be a pretty glaze we're going to put on top of that too. And then we're going to top it off with the mint. Do you remember those chocolate wafer candies we used to eat as kids and still love to this day? Well, here they are. We are going to be using these wafer candies to make the basket. And I'm not exactly sure how many I will need. These are 8-inch cakes. The recipe calls for 9. I don't have 9-inch pans. So I'm going to leave them all out. What's left over, we'll just snack on after. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how we put this together. Here I have my pretty cake dish. So I'm going to frost it right on this cake dish, but I want to keep the dish as clean as possible. I'm sure most of you know this trick, where you just take thin cuts of wax paper and then put it on the side, just like that. Okay, so you want to overlap them a little bit, and then we'll carefully lift the cake up after it's frosted and slide out the waxed paper. Okay, here is my cake, and it has a dome on it. And I don't want this to be too high, because if it's too high, I won't be able to fill the basket in with all the fruit. They'll just spill over. So with my bread knife, I'm going to just take off very carefully the top layer of the cake. It's not going to be perfect because it's hard to cut like this. So you just do your best. Okay, and let's see how I did. I better get this in here. Oh, not bad. Okay, so that's shortened up the cake a little bit. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a strawberry puree. I'm just going to put in my little blender. Actually, I'll show you. We'll be right back. Okay, so here in my mini chopper, I have about 6 strawberries that I had cut into small pieces. And I'm going to take just a little bit of sugar because they're not fully ripe and some of them could be a little tart. So I'm just going to add some sugar here. And if I need to add more afterwards, I will. Okay, so now this is ready. As you can see inside here, it has a nice, smooth, liquidy texture, which is what I'm looking for. So now the next thing I'm going to do is take this, brush it on the top of the cake, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. All right, so this part, by the way, is not a part of the recipe. So I'm going to just brush it all over the top. Like that. Oops. See, that's why I put the paper down, because I make a mess. Well, you all know that by now. Okay, so I've got my coffee flavored frosting. I'm just giving it a good stir, because sometimes when it settles in there, it gets a little hard. So you just want to kind of move it around. So I'm going to put a nice big dollop in the middle. And with my offset spatula, I'm just going to move it to the outside. And if it shows a little bit of that strawberry filling, that's even better. Okay, so I'm going to finish this up and put the next layer on, and I'll show you what we do next. Okay, I did put the top layer on. I did have to slice off a little bit of it too. So now I'm just going to frost the top layer. So I'll start with the top. I'll work around the sides. Okay, the side is the most important because this is what is going to support the chocolate wafer candy that forms our basket. So I'm just going to finish doing the sides. If I put a thin layer on top, I'll smooth it all out when I'm done. And then I'll show you how we assemble this. Okay, so now I finished frosting the cake. So what I want to do before I assemble it is I want to take the paper off. I don't want to run the risk of breaking the chocolate wafers. So I'm lifting it up with my offset spatula, pulling out the wax paper. Come over to here. Just like that. And it really gives it a nice clean edge. Okay, so now I'm going to assemble this. So I'm going to have the back of the wafer facing out. So I'll start with one. You're going to put it like this. Just press it in slightly so that the frosting will hold it in place. And then we're going to put another one here. It's okay to actually have a little space in between the wafers. Okay, I think I could fit one more in there. Just like that. Pretty cute, huh? Looks like a basket. And you could see that there's plenty of room on the inside to fill it with the fruit. So that's what I'm going to do next. Just try to secure these a little bit. And I have just simply cut my strawberry waters, only because these are huge. So I didn't want a big, huge amount. And they're all this size or bigger, so that's why I had to cut them. So just place them around. No specific order. And then we'll throw in some raspberries. Chocolate and raspberry goes so well together. Okay, now I'm going to throw in some blueberries. Oops. And then what I'm going to do is continue filling this up with the strawberries, raspberry, and blueberries. And then we're going to go with the apricot glaze, and I'll show you how to do that. So the basket is completely filled up with the fruit. And now the next thing I need to do is to take the apricot preserves, microwave it until it becomes more liquefied, and then I'm going to brush on the glaze, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so now this has been in the microwave for about 45 seconds. You may need to let it go a little bit longer. I do want it more liquefied, which you could see it is now. So now what I'm going to do is take my basting brush, dip it in here, and just place the glaze, dab it on all over the fruit. And then when it dries, it's going to give it a lovely sheen. Just like that. Okay, that looks really good. Okay, so now that I have this all glazed, the next thing I want to do is I have some fresh mint that I place it in here just for a little bit of decoration, like that. And like that. Bob actually suggested wrapping twine around here, butcher's twine, to hold these in place. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, let it set up, and then I'll come in for a taste test. I'm almost don't want to do that. It looks so pretty. Okay, I'll be right back with you. So today is Mother's Day, and I went ahead and I cut the cake. I left it overnight in the refrigerator, and I had to replace the mint because it wilted on me. But anyway, this is what it looks like after it's been cut. I have a piece here right now. Look at that. It looks so good. And now what I'm going to do, of course, is taste it. So I'm going to take a little bit of the cake. Actually, this cake is pretty moist for a box mix. Oh, that's so moist. It is so good. And that coffee flavor inside the middle layer there is just wonderful. So I want to wish all my YouTube sisters and subscribers a very happy Mother's Day. Please enjoy your day, rest up, let the guys cook for you. So remember, enjoy life and never stop learning. Bye now.